Welcome back, and yes, color me impressed. This new Galaxy Book2 PRO 360 graphite version is my new go-to laptop, well, for on the go, of course. And yes, before you ask me, you will see fingerprints after using it. It is what it is. But what really stood out to me from get-go, from the beginning, right away, was the performance. We are talking about the low-spec model here, i5 8GB of RAM, 12th gen Intel and Alder Lake, and the performance and was just out of this world. And I was running Geekbench over and over again, and this may really sound weird, but I was checking which Geekbench version I have installed, because did I have 4 or 5, because the numbers kept going up. So was my experience. I also have the i7 16GB of RAM 15-inch version coming, so if you want to see how this all turns out, well, make sure to subscribe. As soon as you open up the webcam on your Galaxy Book2 PRO 360 naming conventions, you have a menu bar coming up on the bottom with face effects, background effect. You can blur the background, put some color on, but you also now have auto framing. Let me test this. I put auto framing on and you can see it zooms in right away, so I have to pick up DJ to see what's happening here. Let's move around a bit. Yes, it is following us. Yep, it's doable. Don't like it really that much. Maybe it's usable for you. That's better. I like this view, but it's zooming in and out. Let me turn this off. This is a better view. What does it look and what does it sound like? Let me know in the comments below. Peace. If this is your very first Samsung laptop, you will notice that you have some overlay functions. You have Windows settings, you have Samsung settings, and you have a whole bunch of Samsung apps pre-installed, like Quick Share or Second Screen, Samsung Notes, of course. So make sure you explore this all, because some of them are really, really useful. Build quality feels really, really solid, and I love the design. I love the minimalistic look, including the form factor. As for the display, it still wobbles, and I don't see how it will not do that. And if you are curious about bending, look, it's a really, really thin display. Physics and materials known to us, I think there are limitations. The interesting part is the display brightness. I understand the irony of Samsung including a Full HD AMOLED display. On the other hand, when I was using the Galaxy Book2 PRO 360, do I need a 4K screen for such a small display? Is the trade-off not having a 4K screen a better battery life? Absolutely. Going into display settings, it shows me a peak brightness of 617 nits, and I can tell you when I was using it, it is pretty bright compared to previous models, and 60 Hz may also be a deal breaker to you, but always remember what you are using this for. One personal gripe I have is the chin on the bottom, and I get all the aspect ratio and all of this, but the chin feels like, to me, a missed opportunity to make the most out of the space, right? And especially with this small form factor, but maybe next time. So pick your poison in a good way. We asked for performance, we got performance. However, whatever you do with the Galaxy Book2 PRO 360, the fan will come on. It doesn't matter if you do some browsing, it doesn't matter if you do Word documents, gaming of course, but any light work, the fan will come on. You do have the option in Samsung settings to regulate all of this by turning the fan off. But now, pick your poison comes into play. Look at the Geekbench scores. This is a normal/high performance mode. Very, very respectable. It outperformed the Tab S8 Ultra as well as my Surface Laptop Studio. It comes close to the M1 MacBook Air in terms of Geekbench scores for CPU. And this is the i5 version. But what happens if you turn on the Fanless Mode? Well, there is no noise, of course, but you will also have a considerable drop in performance. You can see this right here. Fortnight, it is not a gaming laptop, of course, but you can do some casual gaming. That's no issue. In peak, I had 50 or up to 50 FPS, but get used to around 25-30 for kind of a standard gameplay in Fortnite. I do like the keyboard. It feels really good. It feels solid. I like the key travel. The key travel is really good. Also, the keyboard itself is backlit. In addition, it has the fingerprint sensor, which makes it so much easier for me. I'm not the biggest fan of Windows Hello because it never works or hardly works for me. The speakers are incredible, really respectable for this small form factor. I use the new Windows Media Player, and you have an equalizer built in, and you can really adjust the sound levels in there as well.
Like it's prom night. And when you live in top shelf, you know you gotta set the bar high. Had the same dreams as we was kids. Big trips, big cars, and even bigger cribs. Never thought that it would happen just the way it did. Fast forward that now, it's just the way we live. That's good food and drinks, my mood makes you think that this life's made for a king.